Hi everyone, it's Ray. You know, I've tried to contort my logic in every conceivable way. Try to come up with one reason why so many people, allegedly, would be against healthcare reform. I fail to believe that there are that many people who are happy with the way things are now. This latest thing going on where organized groups are going to shout down proponents of healthcare, not because they have a better plan, but simply because they want to stop the debate. That makes no sense to me. If that's your motivation, then I think your motivations are misplaced. One of my duties at my job is to administer our health care. Each year I review the plans that are available, and I work for a good company which has resisted the temptation to pass along the tremendous increases that we see year over year to the employees. But even a good firm that cares about their employees has a breaking point. I mean, we have seen increases as much as 18% in a single year. Now that's just ridiculous. On average, the premiums for our employees are approximately $1,800 per month. That's astronomical, whatever portion the company picks up. Since most of the expenses of healthcare come at the end of life, many people find themselves in a situation where they've worked for a company, or worked for several companies for many years, and they find themselves out of work. I've been in that situation myself a couple of times. Fortunately, the longest has been 8 months, but that's quite a bit of time. And what happens when we have the healthcare the way it is now, that is gotten from your employer, is that when you leave that job, whether you quit, whether you're laid off, whether you're fired, whatever reason, your healthcare stops. I'm sure you can get COBRA. Using today's numbers, I already said that our premiums, the full premium is $1,800. Unemployment in Pennsylvania, I believe, is 550, 552 per week. So that would be about $2,200. I seriously doubt that anyone is going to be able to pay an $1,800 premium from $2,200 in unemployment. So what do most people do? They drop coverage. And if they're unfortunate enough to get sick during that time, all is lost. I know a lot of people who are without health care, and it's got to lead to a lot of sleepless nights. This whole debate has taken on issues that are blown out of proportion, outright lied about. Most of the polls show 70% of the American people are for it. Yet most of the media shows us these ridiculous people yelling and screaming to try to stop the debate. I've seen no alternate plans to the ones that are being worked out in Congress. All I hear is people complaining. I believe that all other industrialized nations in the world have adopted some sort of way to care for their citizens. Tamp down on the ridiculous price increases from the insurance companies, and find a happy medium. I agree with the administration when they say that we can't go on this way, because we can't. It's getting too expensive, and basically it's no holds barred. We charge whatever the insurance companies think we should be. This whole thing about being dropped because you're sick, or not being able to get insurance because you have a pre-existing condition. I don't know how these things became feasible in the first place. I don't know how they were ever allowed. So now that someone is trying to stop that nonsense from going on, I think that's a good thing. Now, there's not going to be any perfect bill. People are going to be happy and unhappy with parts of any legislation that is passed. But the overarching thing we should be looking at is whether or not people should lose their homes, claim bankruptcy, because they get sick in a country such as ours. I say no. It's about time that we got patriotic, as I heard someone say, over something else other than war. I think that people who are proponents of healthcare reform and want to see all Americans have a chance to be covered at a reasonable rate are being patriotic. So if there was one of those silly little ribbons that people would put on their cars for supporting the troops that said, "I support the people," I would put one of those in my car. Let's be patriotic, let's pass healthcare reform, and let's do the right thing. Over the last 3 months, an average of $1.4 million a day has been spent trying to derail this. And where do you think the money's coming from? It's coming from the healthcare providers, mostly the insurance companies. And where are they getting the money? From these ridiculous premiums they're charging us. Obama has said that he will not sign a bill that doesn't pay for itself. Why is everybody screaming about how much it's going to cost? If when they finish with all of these different plans that are going through the House and the Senate, if in the end the plan pays for itself, what is your beef? This is the most blatant example that I can recall of people protesting against their own self-interest. Why would we want to rally to the aid of health insurance companies? This makes no sense to me. They will drop you in a minute. Mark my words, they are not looking out for you, so you should not look out for them. I usually end my videos by saying, be well. I really mean that. Be well, and I hope that one day, all Americans will be covered by health insurance. Be well.